this label right here, if you go to the size inspector, you will see the properties right there, right? So what I'm going to do is select this label right here, and I'm going to copy the X and Y and the width and the height. So for the X is 117, the Y is 166. So I'm just going to come here, 117 and 166, like that. And then the size is 140 and the height is 28. So 140 and 28, right? Okay. All right, so for the auto resizing marks, like this auto resizing marks is, you know, the easier way to do the layout, because you know I'm still learning auto layout and it might take me some time to complete you know, learning that. And sometimes auto layout is just difficult, and you know, you build your screens and you put the auto layout and you change it to a smaller screen and it messes up, and you know, you just get discouraged as a iOS learner or beginner. So still planning on learning that, but for the meantime I just stick with auto resizing marks. So what I do is I take this out like that and make it a plus sign like that. So what happens is, as the screen expands, the object will expand as well, and as the screen shrinks, it's going to shrink as well, but it's going to stay at that position you put it. So it won't change that position, it will maintain that place you put it. So this is mostly what you have to do for the layout, just using auto resizing marks. Okay, so set it like that, and I'm going to select a button, a UI button, from the object library right above my head, drop it there, and select this button right here. I'll check the attributes here, and I'm just going to say X is 16, 360, 344, 48. So 16, 360, 344, 48, like that. Voila. Auto resizing marks, just make it a plus sign for now. If you are good at auto layout, you know, you can use stack views and that would work. But right now, just to be encouraged to program and not to be discouraged by auto layouts, I'm just going to stay with auto resizing marks. All right, so for this, I'm going to select the orange color. Select the white color for the text, and for the background is in the view. I'll select this orange color like that, and I'll select this text right here, and it shows the size is 16. So I'm gonna set the size to 16 like that, and then I'm gonna change the title to be login like that. Okay, looking good. Next, I'm gonna drag a label. I'll drag it and drop it like that, and I'm gonna select this. The size is 14. Okay, for the position we have 97, 431. So just go to the size inspector, I put it on 97, 431, and the width is 173, height 24. Okay, so come here, I'm just gonna do 173, 24 like that. Then take this auto resizing marks away and make it a plus sign. That's all. Go to the attribute inspector, change the size to 14, and I'll change the text to don't have an account like that. All right, so I'm gonna make it stay at the center like that. And next, I'm gonna do this sign up button. So just select this login button and hit Ctrl D to duplicate it. I'll drag it down like that. And I'm gonna select this sign up button, check the position 16480. Okay, 16480. All right, come to the size 16, and the Y is 480, like that. Okay, so go to the attribute inspector and change the text to sign up like that. Enter, and I'll change the color of the text to orange color like that, and the background, go to the view section and I'll change it to white like that. Okay, looking good, right? All right, so next thing I'm going to do is start customizing all this properties so it can look like this, right? All right, so to do that, I'm going to connect all this object to this class I created. So what I'm going to do is take this out like that, get the assistant editor so I can get my screen here, select this login button, control, drag and drop it, make sure it's an outlet connection. I'm going to name it login button like that, hit connect, select the label, control, drag, drop it like that, and I'll say don't have account, label like that, hit connect, and I'm going to select the sign up button, drag it and drop it like that, and I'm going to say it's a sign up button like that, connect it. All right, so once I've connected all that, put it back the way it was, and I'm going to go to the login sign up view controller, and I'm going to just arrange all this right here. Okay, so all these things here is a UI view properties, right? And this view did load is the first, this is the first function to load in the class, right? It's going to be called first. So if this is going to be called first, I'm going to set up the properties, right? Okay, so what is this setup properties? Well, this setup properties is a function I'm going to create like this. I'm going to create that function, and this function sets up the UI elements. No. Okay, so it sets up all these UI elements, right? Okay. All right, so I'm going to start with the login button. All right, so login button, and I'm going to do the setup for the login button. So for the login button, I'm going to first create a color. So I'll say this color is a custom color, and the frame is going to be the one from the login button, the frame from the login button, and I'm going to say get that orange color for me, custom color, and it's going to return a UI color from the method get orange color and assign it to this orange constant. So let is a constant, var is a variable, right? Okay, so now this login button has a corner radius. This is a corner radius, right? So the corner radius is the height of this button divided by 2, right? So login button first of all, before doing the corner radius, let me give the background color of the login button, which is in the layer, and I'll say background color like that. It's going to be orange. Okay. All right, so this background color is a layer. It's not going to take a UI color. It's going to take a CG color instead. So that's what this thing is complaining about. It says you want to cast this as a CG color. Well, I know that UI color class has a method that can get a CG color. So if I do like that, it's going to convert it to a CG color instead. And now it's not complaining. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set the corner radius of the login button. So in the login buttons layer, the CA layer, and you take the corner radius in the CA layer, and you're going to say, when you get the login button, you go to the layer and the frame inside the layer of the login button. The height inside of that frame, right, divided by 2 like that. So that will, the login buttons layer's frame, the height inside that frame divided by 2, the value of the height. So all this dot is just returning value and passing it to the left hand side. It's giving you a value and passing it to the left hand side. So I kind of like try to read it, because that's another reason why I like Swift, is like readable. So, you know, if you say the login buttons layers frames height divided by 2, if that makes sense to you. So I'm gonna say that's the corner radius, right? So let's even see what we have right now. Let's see what we have. Okay, that button is looking good, right? Looking exact, right? All right, so let's do the same thing for this sign up button. All right, so close that, and I'm going to say sign up button like that. All right, sign up button, right? So first I'm going to start with the border width, and the border width is inside the layer of the sign up button. So sign up button dot layer dot border width is I'll just say 1 for now, or maybe 2, right? And then the color of that border width has a color, right? So the sign up button, you go to the layer in the sign up button and you say the border color, right? It's gonna be, well, it's an orange color. But this orange color that I am assigning is gonna go to the layer, and the layer doesn't like a UI color. It wants a CG color. Satisfied right now, right? Okay. Next, I'm gonna do the corner radius for the sign up button. So sign up button, in the layer of the sign up button, the corner radius in the layer of the sign up button is the sign up buttons layers frame, and then the height inside the frame of the layer of the sign up button, divide that height by 2, right? And you get the corner radius. All right, let's see what we have. Okay, moment of truth. Looking good, right? All right, well, at this point you might want to stop and say, okay, it looks exact, but I really want it to be as exact as possible, like almost a carbon copy, or almost a mutated identical copy of this design. So I want to maintain as much details as possible. So if you look at this, it's not the same thing we have here. This is kind of spaced out and this is packed. And the same thing with the text and the button. You can see the text is spaced out right here and the text is packed right there. The same thing with the label, the same thing with the sign up. You can see. So I want to get that details, right? I want to get the details to the end, like exact details. So to set this spacing, I'm going to go to the attributed text of the button. And I'm going to create a new attributed text or attributed string. And I'm going to add some properties to that attributed string. And I'm going to set it for this button. And do the same thing for the labels. All right. This is what I'm talking about, right? This is what I'm talking about. So, spacing, right? All right. So this spacing I'm talking about, what's this spacing? The spacing is 1.5, right? So let spacing let it be 1.5, right? Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create a button attributed if I can spell attributed well. Yeah, let button attributed string, let it be an NS mutable attributed string, a mutable one, a one that can be mutated or changed. And I'm going to initialize it using the string from the buttons, the login buttons title label. All right, get that label from the button and get the text from that label inside the button. All right, so it's going to complain right here and it wants me to force downcast it. Like it's not sure if there's a text there, but I'm telling it just shut up and give me the text that's there. So that's what this force downcast means. Just give me what's there, right? So now I'm going to say this button attributed string, I'm going to add some extra attribute to it. So it has a method add attribute, and the attributes I'm going to add is going to be an NS current attribute name, like that, and the value is going to be the spacing, and the range is going to be an NS make range, like that, and the range of the space is going to be from 0 to the button attributed strings length. So from 0 to the length of the attributed string. All right, so now I'm going to take this login button and I'm going to set the attributed title to this button attributed string, and for the state, for the normal state. Okay, so create a space, create a mutable string from the labels text, and then add this attribute to it, and then set it for the login button. For the label, I'm going to do the same thing for the label spacing, right? I'm going to say let label space equal to, what's the space of the label? If I check here, spacing says 1, right? Let it be 1. And then let label attributed string, it's going to be an NS mutable attributed string, like that. The same thing I have here, and I'm going to create it with the one that has a string and the string is going to be the text from the don't have account label, that text, that like that, right? And I'm gonna say yes, that text. I'm gonna yell at it and say yeah, that text. And then I'm gonna say label attributed string the add attributes, and the name is gonna be the same thing I have for the button, NX current attribute name. For the range, well, the label spacing is gonna be the value for the space, label space, and the range, same thing I have up there, NS make range, like that, from 0 to, well, the labels attributed strings length, like that. Okay, then I'm gonna take the don't have account label, and then I'm gonna take the, it doesn't have a set attribute title just like the button have. Instead, it has an attributed placeholder. Yeah, the attributed text. So that attributed text, I'm going to give it this label attributed string. All right, like that. Okay, so the same thing I did here, the same thing I did in this login button. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing for the sign up button, right? And I'm going to do spacing. I'll just paste that right there, and I'm going to say sign up spacing, like that. And I'm going to name this sign up button spacing, sign up button attributed string. It's a lot of naming, right? Just change all the names like that. And I'm gonna add the attribute to that one, and I'm gonna add it there as well. And I'm gonna make sure this is a sign up button instead, because I'm adding it to the sign up button. All right, then I'm gonna do the same thing as that one right there, right? So the same thing I did for the login button, I'm doing that for the sign up button right here. Okay, and then this sign up spacing, I'm going to give it to the spacing right here. Just simply just copy the same thing here and just change it for the sign up. All right, so let's see what we have. Okay, that's looking good, but this is out of shape, and this is out of shape, right? So it's gonna go fix that quickly. Okay, for this for this don't have account, I'm gonna stretch it like that and stretch it like that. All right, and I'm gonna run it like that. All right, that looks almost exact as possible, right? All this is spot on. All this is spot on right here, exact, right? But now the problem is I have a login and I also have a sign up, and the code I did for the login here and the sign and the labels here. Now, am I gonna type all that same code for all this here, all these ones here? And like, in fact, look at the whole project. You have a lot of labels, right? So yeah, I don't want to type all those things for the spacing for all the labels, because this spacing has 1.75. Look at that, for instance, 1.75, and look at that, 1.75. What about that one there? It has 1. So the spacing for the label is like changing. So I don't want to keep typing this code again and again and again. and that's not what object-oriented is all about, right? I want to do it object-oriented way, and object-oriented principle emphasizes less code and, you know, creation of classes so that you can reuse your code again. So what I'm going to do, instead of having all this in the login sign up, I'm going to create a custom label and I'm going to create a custom button so that I can put all this code right there, just like I did for the custom color. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do in the next video, because I'm checking the time here and I don't want to make it too long. So this is what we have right now, and I'm just going to say this is about almost finished. And the next video, I'm going to create a custom label and custom button so that I won't have to type all this code again and make my code less dry, more dry, so that I'll have less bugs and stuff to worry about. All right, so if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel and look out for the next video. And thanks for watching, guys. You guys are awesome, amazing, and thanks for subscribing and believing in me. By the way, if you see any code that I wrote here and you feel there's a better way to do it, feel free to leave your comments and suggestion. I'll be glad to learn from you, you know, as I'm an added learner. So thank you guys for watching again. Be sure to subscribe if this is your first time coming here. Check out the next video coming out, and see you guys in the next one, and happy coding.